Hi, hello, and welcome to the Whips and Whimsy podcast, episode 53. My name is Zenith. My pronouns are they, them. I am so happy you are joining me here today. This is my YouTube channel where I talk about all the things I've been crafting. At least usually that is what I do. This week it is a little bit of crafting and a lot of bit of talking about what I was doing this week on my staycation in the Boston area, as well as what I'm going to be doing to prep for next week when I go on a little mini beach vacation for a couple days. So be warned, there will be some knitting, not a whole lot. It's mostly going to be tangents. If you like the tangents, this is the episode for you. If you don't like tangents, I'm so sorry. Anyway, also I have coffee this morning. I have coffee from Dunks that they messed up, but I fixed it because I'm at home. And then they forgot to put any sort of dairy in this, and I was like, but it tastes awful without that. Anyway, I also stuck one of my yarn cozies on here. This is the pattern from Knitty Natty for the yarn cozy light, and I've wanted to see for a long time if it would work as a koozie, and it does work as a normal koozie. So no condensation here, my friends. Anyway, today is a little bit hot. I have my hair down, and I think that was a fascinating choice for myself because I could have it off of my neck right now, and I chose not to. Anyway, we're going to go ahead, dive on into it. I do have notes. I considered for a second the possibility that I could choose chaos and go without notes, and then immediately realized that would be a bad idea. So, yay. Anyway, today I have no pig parade. If you are new here and you're like, what are you talking about? What is a pig parade? Usually I knit tiny little pigs during the week, and then when I'm done filming the episode, or when at the start of the episode, I show all of them. This is what they look like. This is one from last week. And then when I'm done, I just throw them all in this little jar, and I stockpile them, and I give them out to random people in my life. Friends, parasocial relationships, my gym manager. I just give them out and brighten people's day, and it's a wonderful, wonderful time. I did not make any this week because I was busy and then I crashed. So yeah. I also have no finished objects. Usually I have a pair of socks finished. I said in the last episode, I don't know if I'm gonna have a pair of socks finished, and I was right. I did not have a pair of socks finished. But let's go ahead and move into works in progress. The first one is my corner to corner blanket that I am knitting for donation. Hello. I obviously did not come prepared. We're gonna get there one way or the other. Okay, it's big. The flamingo is where we were. I also have flamingo needle stoppers now, thanks to 3 by the Sea Designs. They didn't sponsor me or anything, I just bought it from there. But they match, and that makes me really happy. We're almost to where we need to be, which is delightful. I did not work on this every day. I worked on it most of the days, but there were a couple days that I missed, and that is fine. And I'm also in my 3rd ball out of 5 now. So what I plan to do, because I would like to have a little bit of extra yarn. I would rather have extra than try to do like a fully equal 50-50 split and then run out of yarn the last couple rows. That would not make me happy. So my plan is that I'm going to continue work on this for less than an hour a day, today, tomorrow, and then when I go on vacation, this is not coming with me because I'm not going to knit it in the hotel. It's not coming with me to the beach. That would be weird. I just can't imagine blanket knitting at the beach. Wild. But when I get back from my trip, I will start working on this blanket again, but that's what I'm just going to start doing decreases, and that'll work out for me because, again, I'm halfway through, or near the halfway point, but not quite at the halfway point. So, yeah, this is, I'm using Knit Picks Brava in the color Clarity, and I got it in the 246 sale last year, knowing that I was going to make this for donation, and I'm doing just a basic corner to corner blanket increase at the start of every row with an I-cord edge and garter stitch. And I think that's all I really have to say about it. Yeah, it's great. It's going. I love my corner to corner blankets. They're just so good. They're just so wonderful. We're going to take a second to hydrate. So if you have a drink, go ahead and hydrate with me. I didn't mention this, but this is, I tried to make it Almond Joy flavor. So it's like coconut almond. And then they didn't make it sweet enough, first of all. And second of all, they didn't put any oat milk in it. So made me really upset. But it's fine. I survived. The other day I went there. We went to Canopy Lake Park, which I'm wearing a shirt for. And I ordered coffee on the way there. And it was also messed up. But I also was like in the car going to New Hampshire. So I couldn't just like fix it. And that made me really sad. Anyway, we're moving. We're going to try to focus as much as possible in this episode. We'll see how that goes, but that's the plan. In this bag, which is the Summer Sock Camp 2026 bag. This is actually not the project bag. This is the reusable gift bag, but it was half the price and also larger. So I was like, this one. Here's where I am on the second sock. I did finish the first one. Let me dig it out of here. I finished my first sock. I love this. I'm really digging it. I love the way the pooling is. The little purple ducky is where we were last week. And this week, we are 10 rows into the gusset, and my gussets are usually 20 to 22 rounds. So, yeah, we're going. In a dream world, I'm gonna finish this sock today after hours and hours of uninterrupted knitting. Will that actually happen? Great question. Great question. If I don't finish it today, the other dream world would be that I finish it tomorrow. It's not coming with me on my beach trip. So if it's not done, it's gonna just sit here at home until I get back. It's not coming with me on my trip. I'm going to bring other sock stuff with me. If I don't bring these, I'll just pull everything out of the bag and bring the bag with me with like the notions and everything. But yeah, I don't think knitting anything wool at the beach is going to be a good idea. The place that we're going, which I will give more details about where I am after I've been there and come back. Just internet safety 101, which like I know some people are more comfortable with that than others, but like I just, for me personally, I'm like anyway, I am losing my train of thought. I don't like the highs of where we're going are like 80 degrees and the lows are like mid 70s, and I am just like, I don't think I want to work with wool. I think I'm going to want to work with other fibers. So that is my plan. So yeah, that's not going to come with me. And that brings us into something I did not say in the intro because I forgot to say it. I finally used my e-spinner this week. Part of the staycation was that on one of the days we did a couple shops kind of closer to where I live. And then we stopped back at my house. My friend that I was staycationing with has a spinning wheel. And of course I had purchased an e-spinner but had not used it yet. And so she set up her spinning wheel, and then we started setting up my spinning wheel. And I make interesting choices in life sometimes, including buying like a non-name brand, just random e-spinner from Amazon because it was the cheapest one. You can make that decision in life. Yes, you can. And so I got it. It works. It's not like, like it's a piece of crap or something. Like it works. It's fine. It does the job. However, the instructions, the instructions are just kind of like a figure it out on your own kind of thing. Like they tell you how to turn the machine on. They don't tell you how to set it up for single or double ply, how to like where to pull your leader through to like get the machine working properly, like anything like that, or like giving you any advice about where your tension should be at. Don't do that either. Like it's an experience. So the learning curve is kind of high. I was very happy that I waited until I had someone who was familiar with spinning wheels at my house, because I would not have figured it out on my own. And I would have just like gotten too frustrated to just like look it up on YouTube. Because I know myself, and I would have just been like, why don't I understand? Anyway, we still, even with the two of us together, we still weren't fully doing it correctly, and I figured it out the day after when I went to practice. I figured out what I was doing wrong, fixed that, and now it seems to be okay sailing. It's definitely not perfect, and I still have to keep the speed pretty low to make sure that I don't just like break the yarn constantly. But it's okay. So I'm very excited about that. I'm excited for that also because before Tour de Fleece in July, I plan on doing kind of like a trial run of spinning every day for the FIFA World Cup, which starts literally next Thursday. So I want to be able to spin for 45 minutes because that's how long the halves are. So I want to do like e-spinner for 45 minutes and then either knitting or drop spindle for the second 45 minutes, because that is like the more important half usually, because like then you get to know like what the final score is. And I know that I'm not going to be paying very much attention when I am like using my spinning wheel, because it's just more attentive. So anyway, that is where my spinning is at. I do have a goal with one of my friends, my friend Melissa, to do 15 minutes of spinning a day. So I'm going to try to keep up with that while I'm still in town, and then obviously I'll pause it when I go on vacation. But yeah. There's so much pollen today. There's your other tangent. There's a ton of pollen today, and my lungs and my body are so unhappy about it. Anyway, that was my spinning. The next thing I have is more yarn acquisitions, and if you're like, Zenith, why? When is the yarn going to stop? I would also like to know, because I ordered more yesterday, and I'm going to tell you what's happening. What's happening is all of the sock knit-alongs have started, and people are making so many socks, and I want to be the person making all of the freaking socks, and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to knit more than usual, and I knit the same amount as usual. And then I'm like, but maybe if I buy more yarn, I'll knit more socks. Which is not how the world works. If I want to knit more socks, I should maybe not be going on vacation. But like in my mind, I'm like, that's what's happening. So I ordered, excuse me. And I also did the thing where if you're shopping on Etsy, sometimes if you favorite items, the vendor will send you a coupon and then you get a discount. So I think I either favorited something or I just put a cart together and then just like left it and then got a discount that was like a pretty good discount. So I ended up getting these yarns from Craftily Dyed Yarn, and I am going to do a quick jump so I can get these out of the bag without causing all of the bag crinkles ever, because these are really crinkly bags. Also, I'm very proud of myself for not even opening this order until the video. I did pull them out of the bag to see, like, pulled the bag out of the packaging to see them, but I did not open the little bag. And there's a special surprise. Anyway, I got 4 colors. And I feel like I need to just go on like a Craftily Dyed Yarns knitting spree, because I have so many of their other colors. Like I ordered 4 or 5 last winter, and I've knit one of them. So I feel like I should make more. But in the meantime, I have gone camping. Let me hold it close to the screen so you can see it. It's gorgeous. I got Mermaid. I got Amethyst, which I think I might use this one later this month when I am back from all of my things and I am knitting the socks with the heart motif. I think I might use this as the base color. Unsure. And the one that I wanted the most, the reason I actually put in the order, was Chaos Theory, which is all speckles. And I am obsessed. So, yeah. The other yarns that I bought yesterday, they're from a new dyer to me, and they're all speckles. And I'm really excited. I was influenced by Love Sock Wool. that is what happened. So, sorry, I'm like, is my camera uneven? It's not, it's fine. Anyway, they also sent, apparently they sent me a worry stone for mental health awareness month. Says, they sent a little note. It says, life is stressful, finding ways to care for ourselves shouldn't be. In honor of Mental Health Awareness Month, I'm including a free worry stone with your order. I hope you find it helpful in managing your own stress levels. And this is just polymer clay, which is kind of funny. It says, when you feel anxious, worried, or stressed, hold it in your hand, rub your thumb over the smooth groove, or turn it over in your palm and fingers. Take a few deep breaths, focus on how the stone feels in your hands. Let those worries fall away. And it is some polymer clay that has been kind of shaped to be either concave or convex. I don't remember which one is which. So that's cute. That's adorable. Yeah. Anyway, everything from here on out is going to be really related either to the trip I'm going on next week or the staycation stuff that I did this week. I do have quite a few books that I purchased. I will flip the camera when we talk about books so that you can read the titles in order. But let's go ahead and dive on into it. The first thing is I want to show you the yarn I'm going to bring with me. My trip next week is going to be 2 travel days and 2 beach days. So I am bringing more yarn than what I need, and I'm fully aware of that, and I just don't care. Emotional support yarn in my suitcase is a totally normal thing. So I know that I'm not going to finish 2 pairs of socks in 4 days, but I am going to bring 2 balls of yarn. These are both 50-gram balls of the Premier Fruits and Premier Farm Stand. The Fruits one, I picked the dragon fruit colorway because I saw these knit up the other day and I was like, you know what? I need them for myself. And then this one is also going to be for myself, and this is Purple Basil. Am I holding it upside down? I am. No, I'm not. Yeah, Purple Basil. I'm excited for them both. I think that this is going to be nice to work with when I'm at the beach. It's an acrylic blend. And yeah, part of me is second guessing whether I want to work with wool or not, but I don't think I want to show up with multiple sock whips and have to like deal with it. I can just pick one and choose a lane. If it's not good knitting weather, I can read. Speaking of reading, I'm gonna pick, I've had this book in my stash since like 2022 and I haven't read it yet. This is The Tea Leaf Reader by Emily Arsenault, and it's like a horror, and I don't remember anything else about it. I know that I got it at a horror festival that was in Haverhill. If you are local to the Boston area, by the way, and you do not go to Haverhill Library's like yearly horror fest, you are missing out, by the way, because that place is incredible. Like, some really big name authors go out there and it's completely free because it's run by the library and it's just awesome. But anyway, I picked this one up and never read it. I have wanted to read it like the whole time. So I'm going to take this with me and see if it's the vibe. I'm also going to bring my book club book. I went to one of my local independent bookstores and I picked up some books. I picked up some books there. So this is all from Paper and String in Hamilton. And I picked up the book club book, which is Heartwood by Amity Gage. This is about someone who goes missing on the Appalachian Trail, and I said, sign me up. And this is going to come with me just so I make sure that I read it on time. And then I also picked up a hardcover book, Valley of the Moms by Hannah Selinger, because it is actually set in Hamilton, Massachusetts, and it is basically like small town drama, PTA mom drama spin on Valley of the Dolls. And I said, I love that. I love a good gossip, you know? Especially when it's fictional, even better. Because then it's like not real people, and like I don't have to feel morally gray about enjoying all the shenanigans and watching people ruin their lives, because it's not real. That's my opinions about reality TV. I get in my head about watching reality TV. Anyway, the last thing I got... If you are one of my in real life friends, and you don't like being spoiled on presents, probably don't watch this immediate segment because I bought something to give as a gift, but I don't know who I'm going to give it to yet. I just think it's really, really funny. And it's going to be iconic no matter who I give it to, because like all of my friends enjoy the same whimsical things that I do, because that's the whole selling point of being friends with me. We're here for a good time, hopefully also a long time, but mostly just have a good whimsical shenanigan of a day. So anyway, they had this card. They had this card at Paper and Strings with fishes all over it, and it says best fishes for your birthday. And I was like, that's really funny, and also just dumb. And I love that. But then they had a coloring book, an adult coloring book. Judgy Fish, the coloring book. And I was like, well, obviously, now it's a themed gift. And I love this because they all have sayings. And I just think they're so silly. You sure have a unique sense of humor, and it's just from a fish. Maybe you should get that checked out. Oh boy. I love this one. What an interesting thing to believe. Yeah. Someone is going to get a Sassy Fish book, and it's going to be delightful. And they're going to get a matching card to go with it. I don't know who. Someone is going to be victim to my horrible whimsical crimes. It might be my roommate, actually. My roommate and I got into coloring. Meaning I got into coloring, my roommate was like, can I join you? And so we had a coloring night on Saturday, because, you know, wild and crazy Saturday night. And so we started coloring at like 7:30. We had our little Starbucks. We like get to coloring. We're both thinking it's going to be like an hour. I put on like ambient Lord of the Rings music. We were done at midnight. Yes, we were. Because we live our best lives over here. So yeah. Anyway, Paper and String was not the only bookstore I went to. I also went, on Monday we went into Boston. We were like puttering around Brookline. We went to Zoftig's, which is like a little Jewish restaurant. Absolutely incredible. We went to Brookline Booksmith, which is just on the street. We did some other stores. It was very cute. We did some knitting on a bench. We didn't quite make it to the park because my knees were mad at me, but we did some knitting. It was a good time. Anyway, I went to Brookline Booksmith and I got 4 books. So I got one by James Rollins, Bloodline. I bought this because I had read The Starless Crown by him. In theory, I'm going to read Cradle of Ice this month. And I just was thinking about it, and I was like, you know, I've never read any of his, like, all of his other books are in a different genre, and I haven't read any of them. So I was like, let me just grab one. It's used. It'll be fine. I also picked up the Star Wars X-Wing Book 2, Wedge's Gamble. And I want to read this series. This was the only one that they had. I will find the rest of them somewhere, and I'm not super concerned about it. But I got the second one just because I know, like, the next Star Wars series I'm going to read is going to be the X-Wing series. I also picked up The Chronicles of Weatherwhy, Age of Enchantment by Anna James. This is a children's book. I bought this because I still have a goal of, like, consistently reading more children's books this year. And this looks really, really cute and magical and adorable and wonderful. So, obviously, I had to come home with me. And then the last book I bought was The Library at Hellebore by Cassandra Khaw. It was on super sale for $8.99, even though it's a new book, and it even has the sprayed edges. I got this because I love Cassandra Khaw. They are one of my favorite horror writers. I started reading them when Nothing But Black and Teeth came out, and we were like friends on Twitter back when Twitter was cool, for a while. And yeah, I adore Cassandra. Actually, I met them at the horror festival that happens at the Haverhill Public Library every fall. One year, the year that I went, 2022, Cassandra Khaw was there signing books, so I got to like meet them in person, which is really, really exciting. And they like recognized me, and I was like, obviously I knew who they were. And it was just a very good time. It was just a very good time. So yeah. Anyway, I have been blabbering for 25 minutes, which is actually pretty good for time. I think I have all of the stuff in front of me has been covered. I did want to talk about other things I did this week. So again, Monday we went to Brookline. That was our first staycation day. The second staycation day we went to the Salem Willows. Again, if you are a native to the Boston area and you go to Salem, but you only go to like downtown Salem and you're like, yeah, witches, like, that's totally fine. Downtown Salem is awesome for that kind of stuff. But if you also want to experience like Salem like a local, you can actually take a trolley from downtown Salem out to the Willows, or you can just drive out to the Willows yourself. And it is just like so freaking cute. It's like, it has a little row of restaurants. It has a little park overlooking the water. You can like go look at the boats. If you walk a little further down, there's a beach. It's called Dead Horse Beach, which still confuses me. But yeah, there's like a little beach. It's really cute. You can also walk over to Winter Island, and then you can like go find sea glass on their beach. There's a little park. There's like former bunkers that you can't go inside, but you can be like, oh, cool, there's like a bunker here. It's very fun, and I love it. It's such a good time. So we went out to the Willows, and we just sat and knit, and there was a group of people who were painting, which I don't know if they like always paint on Tuesdays or if it was just like a one-off thing, but everybody, like, they had their little easel set out and they were painting. There were probably like 5 or 6 of them. And then we sat on a bench kind of near them because it was shady, and we were like knitting, and it was just a really good, wonderful time to just hang out in a creative space outside, fresh air, sunny weather, not too hot, not too cold. It was good. So we did that on Tuesday. Wednesday, I have my allergy shots on Wednesday. That's my roommate coming home if you hear noises. So we didn't do too much, but that was when we set up my spinning wheel. We went to Paper and String. And we also went to a bakery. We went to Honeycomb Bakery, which is incredible. It wasn't busy, which was like crazy, but they were also sold out of over half of their stuff. I found things I could eat, but it was a little bit difficult because they were sold out of so many things by the time we got there. We went there at like 11. It was crazy. And then Thursday we went to Canby Lake Park. Once again, I'm going to show my shirt, which is in New Hampshire, and it is like a very old amusement park. It's from 1902, and that was an absolutely delightful time. Every time I talk about Canby Lake with people who are from here, they tell me I'm not going to like it because I grew up with Universal and Disney and Busch Gardens, and they're like, Canby Lake is not the same, you're not going to like it, it's really small, you're not going to get that many steps, like, and I'm like, I don't think you understand that at Disney, if you want to go on a ride, you have to wait for 2 hours because you're a plebeian, or you have to pay like $30 to not wait 2 hours. So there's a lot of room here for, you know, different things, different experiences. And anyway, so we went to Canby Lake. Y'all, I did every ride I wanted to do in the span of like 2 hours. I was like, this is insane. This is wild. No lines. No lines. I only had 7,000 steps for the whole day. I literally expected to have 20,000 because I was just like, it's an amusement park, it's a lot of walking. My friend was like, you're out of your mind. I was like, I went to Disney this year. We got to go on a boat ride twice because there was no line. It was like 25-minute pontoon boat ride on a lake. I went on a carousel, rode a carousel. What else did we do? Oh my god, there was this ride. There was this ride for literal children called Over the Rainbow, and I was like, can we please go on this? My friend was like, why not? So we get on this ride, and like the cabins are shaped like ice cream cones. And like the cabin was like so small that it was like my friend had to sit on one side and I had to sit on the other side because our legs were going to hit each other, like not even a little bit. It was going to be like really, really uncomfortable if we did not sit to either side. And then the whole point of the ride is you just go up like on, there's like a big central pole and you go up it like maybe 25 feet in the air, and then it like spins the whole thing in a circle, and then you within your cabin have a little wheel you can also spin, and then it spins your individual ice cream cone while you're spinning and going up and down. This is a very, very basic carnival ride, right? I was laughing to like cry because it was just so dumb. We were the only people on the ride. We were having the time of our lives. It was so good. So like that was my favorite part of the whole experience. was we went on Over the Rainbow. We should have gone on it multiple times, and I don't know why we didn't, because we could have. There was no ride. There's no line. Absolutely none. But yeah, we did that. We went on some other rides as well, which was really fun. We went on the teacups, which was surprisingly intense. My other favorite part of being at Canopy Lake, they had a ring toss game, like basic carnival games. And they had this giant, like, body-sized ear of corn that you could win playing ring toss. I can't play ring toss. My friend can't play ring toss. And we just decided that we were going to buy a whole stack of rings. We got over 40 rings. And we were just going to try to win this body-sized ear of corn. I'm like, do I look like I am that level of athletic? Do I look like I've ever played like basketball? Absolutely not. Neither of the person I was with. And so we were like not even kind of missing. We were like missing. But we were having such a good time, being so determined that we were absolutely going to get that ear of corn. And we were also just being really dumb. So like at one point my friend did a toss, and like literally as it hit the rim of the jar that it was supposed to like land on top of, I like it had missed. Like it clinked and I went Kobe. And then started like crying, laughing, and I had to like stop throwing rings for like a hot second because I could not control myself. And even the person who was running the game was like, you two are my favorite people that I've seen like all week. And I was like, thank you. Like I may not get the ear of corn, but I will have $20 worth of enjoyment trying. Like, I'm gonna get my money's worth of laughter. Thank you. At one point I like turned around backwards and tried to do it blindly and just hit the ceiling, and it bounced off. We had to like go grab it from the walkway. Like we were just being stupid. It's so good. You can't take me anywhere. If I can't take me anywhere, I mean you should take me everywhere, because I have a great time. Anything I do, I have a wonderful time. It's a secret to a good life. Anyway, that was Canopy. And originally in our plans, we were going to do something on Friday. We were talking about the Isabella Gardner Museum. I was also thinking about potentially going to one of the Boston zoos. Apparently there's multiple Boston zoos. I did not know this. But I haven't gone to a zoo in a while, and I was like, I don't know, that sounds like fun. And then it got to be the afternoon on Thursday, and I was like, I think I'm done. I think Staycation needs to end now. And my friend was like, yeah, I think that's true. So we were both like, okay, all right, this is good. This is a good note to leave on. So we left Canopy Lake and we went back home. And then I immediately crashed. I crashed hard. So the rest of the day, Thursday, it was like I got in bed and like did not get up again until I had to like go pee and then go back to bed to like sleep. And then I spent like 80% of my day yesterday just laying in bed. I was just like, nah, I'm good. Which is the other reason I have coffee, because I have things I need to do today, like packing for next week, that I am not going to do if I am not caffeinated, because bed's looking really attractive right now. But I can't do that. I have to like function and be a human and get things done. I need to do laundry before I can even pack. I need to get my suitcase out. I have to figure out what the heck I'm bringing and all of those things. And then I need to like binge knit a sock. So yeah. Anyway, that is all of the blabbering for today. I hope you enjoyed watching this very special episode of the Whips and Whimsy podcast. I promise at some point we will be back to our regularly scheduled episodes. It probably will not be next week either, for obvious reasons. I will probably make an episode next week to go over like what I was doing, where I went, what we did, how the beach is, stuff like that. But is there going to be that much knitting? Who knows? Check your horoscope. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to go. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or your weekend or your week or whatever. And I will talk to you next time. Okay, bye.